Hi everyone, I am Alchemistic. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I post content on manifestation, law of assumption, and spiritual topics. So let's go ahead and get into this. I had talked about this on a live stream. I think it was more than one live stream, and people have been wanting this. I've had personal clients asking for this as well. They feel it's important for me to share this. Is how to tell the red flags when you guys are watching these manifestation coaches, manifestation gurus, teachers, whatever it is, right? What you're consuming and whether you are buying this coach's services or not, you need to be aware of these things and use discernment on what you are taking in. So let's go ahead and get into that. I wanted to talk about my top 10 red flags that you should look for in manifestation coaches. Before I get into that, if you would like to work with me personally, the links to all of my services are in the description. So let's go ahead and get into this. Red flag number 1 is this particular coach is bashing other coaches, especially if they're saying these other coaches' names. It's one thing to say, hey, you probably shouldn't consume this type of content and talking about that content and telling why, right? As opposed to, oh, this coach isn't good. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about, right? And trying to build themselves up by tearing others down, especially when they are demeaning the coaching style or the way that this coach is teaching, but you resonate with it, right? Be wary of that. And the coaches that talk down to ebooks or courses or anything like that, here's the thing, guys. Everybody learns differently. This is why I personally offer a suite of services, and I'm going to be adding to that because everyone learns differently. There is no one size fits all to this. So some people want personal coaching. They want that one-on-one phone call, right? Others want a pre-recorded audio. I offer that. Others want a typed email. Others want constant feedback and a texting service. So I offer that. And some people just like reading an ebook, just like getting the information. Okay, I've got it. And then applying it on their own. Other people like courses where there's videos and workbooks and things like that to where they can apply what you're teaching day to day as they're doing that course. There is no right or wrong, right? So be wary of the coaches that are bashing anything another coach is doing, right? And again, guys, there's a difference between saying, hey, you should be wary of these things versus completely bashing it, saying this doesn't work, don't do that, etc., etc. Red flag number 2, they use clickbait promises on their thumbnails, their titles, and in their videos. I've here and there used some quote unquote clickbait titles, but I explain why I said it in the way I did, right? It was to get you to click. It was to get you to watch my video. However, what I'm talking about is the coaches that will say, oh, get your person overnight or manifest $10,000 by the end of this video. Be really wary of that. If that works for you, great. But a lot of that type of teaching puts it in people's minds that if they don't get it in this time, they did something wrong. And that's going to be one of my other points here shortly. But I wanted to talk about how this is actually making manifestation look like a gimmick. It's making it look like it's not even real, or that it's just some fantasy, or it's woo-woo, right? And so that's why I'm saying use discernment when you are watching that type of content, right? When you're watching the ones that say, get a text by the end of this video, be very careful with that. Guys, all you need to do is know your desire, and know that you are that person that has that desire. And that's literally it. This is what I teach in all of my videos. And I'm going to get into a little bit more on what I teach versus what I'm saying to be cautious of. Red flag number 3. I almost did 2. Red flag number 3. Okay. The coach blames you for lack of results. This could even be just a video that says that if you apply this technique and you don't get your desire in 3 weeks, you failed. You did something wrong, right? You didn't persist enough. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Don't listen to that. This invalidates the individual experience. It invalidates your learning style. It invalidates how unique your situation is. The person wanting to manifest a job acceptance, right, getting into a job, and they already have a job, is a lot different than a manifestation mindset and ways that you need to apply it when you're almost homeless or you are homeless. And I've been there, right? I've talked about this in my videos. Everything is different. All of my manifestations, if you will, and I don't like using the word manifestation, but this is the only way that you guys are going to watch my video, is they're all different. I'm not going to do the same thing on each one because I have a different attachment to it. I have a different emotional attachment. That's the only thing I can say. I have a different outlook on each thing, right? So that's why the technique is different. That's why the approach is different for each desire and each individual in each situation. So if you don't get your manifestation in a certain time frame, don't sweat it. It's okay. Because every moment is a new moment. And I'm going to be doing a video on that. But this is one of the biggest ones, is them blaming you because you didn't get your desire. Red flag number 4. This is what I was going to get into earlier, is they mock any method or technique that isn't their own. They might say X, Y, and Z doesn't work. Only my method works. Only my way works. Only this works. Only that works. Don't listen to that. Everything works. Everything works. It's not the method. It's not the technique. It is your belief in the method or the technique. Okay? So anyone that bashes anything, I would really just use my discernment. Okay? I sometimes joke about things because I like having fun with manifestation. There's a difference between joking about it and having fun with it versus downright saying, oh, this doesn't work. Don't do that. It's never going to work for you. It might work for you because it has worked for everyone. Prayer works, spells work, even tarot. If you want to watch tarot, cool. Take the right things from it though. That's the difference. And I have videos on that. And maybe I should do another one on it. But any method works. Robotic affirmations work. Regular affirmations, scripting, sat scenes, everything works if you believe in it. It's your belief, it's your faith in it that makes it work. It is not the individual technique or method. So I would stay away from the coaches that bash any technique or method, especially if it's worked for you. If it's worked for you, be like, they're wrong, right? Own your truth. Own your truth and know that they are wrong. It worked for you. Red flag number 5. They mention anything past or they focus on the circumstances. This means they don't actually understand how manifestation works, how the law of assumption works, how the law of being, how the law of identity, all of those things actually work. If they are focused on the past or the current 3D circumstances, any current 3D circumstances, they don't know what they're talking about. And I would be cautious of what they have to say. Okay? You could still watch them, just use discernment. So what I mean by focusing on the past is they might say, you need to heal your childhood trauma before you can manifest XYZ. You need to get a Reiki session before you can manifest XYZ. I'm going to do a video on this, really diving into this, but the past doesn't actually exist. So how could there be past trauma to heal if the past doesn't exist? It's kind of like when some coaches and even teachers in books will say that a current circumstance is a past manifestation. That doesn't make sense. The past doesn't exist. It is a now identity. It is a now being that shifted you to that reality. And at any moment, even right this nanosecond, you can make a different selection. You can make a different decision to be a different identity to shift to the reality you wish to experience. The past doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that just yesterday you were crying and spiraling. Today you can make a decision and you could get that offer letter for the new job. You could get the text from the person you want to hear from. It does not matter. So past does not matter and your current 3D circumstances do not matter. So if you have a coach saying, do this and they'll conform, right? I would, again, that's focusing on 3D circumstances. It's saying that this person outside of you, which is not true. There is no separation. This person outside of you is going to change. They're going to conform because you are creating your reality. But that's not true. You are not creating anything. Creation is already finished. Manifestation is simply selection. You are selecting a new version of reality by being the identity that already has it, that already experiences that. I talk about this a lot on my videos with my stop select self and my self-vesting versus manifesting. It's all over my channel, guys. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. I explain it a little bit more, but maybe I should do more videos on that. If you have any questions on it, comment, let me know, and I will make a future video. Another one with this focusing on circumstances, I see it a lot in the SP community where they say, oh, your person needs to heal first. They need to do this. They need to do that. If you keep focusing on that, that will be your reality now. There is no 3D circumstances that you can't shift from. There is no past. Whatever happened in the past is irrelevant. This is why one of my best success stories did a complete revision on his situation with his now fiance. And he also revised his business. And recently he gave me an update on that and I posted that on my channel. So guys, again, be wary and mindful of those that are talking about the past or any 3D circumstances. This could even be them talking about, oh, it's a full moon in Leo, and because of that, you'll experience this. Says who? If you believe in that, that will happen. So I'm not discrediting astrology. I'm not discrediting the spiritual community and the woo-woo. I like it. I actually sometimes watch it just for fun, but I have fun with it. That's the difference, right? That's what I'm talking about. Have fun with it as opposed to believing just because there's a retrograde that you're going to experience this. And then what happens? You experience that because you believed in it. It's not the retrograde. It's you. It's all you. Let's go to the next one. Okay, red flag number 6. I have to talk about my background in order to really talk about this one. Be mindful and wary of overinflated success stories. Of success stories that just don't add up, right? Use your discernment with that. Even if I've posted them and you you feel like, there's no way, question me on it. I will gladly answer you. When you question these other gurus or coaches and they just discredit you, they just say, oh, well, that's a you problem. No, question me. I'll answer you. If you guys notice, I answer comments for a reason. And I will answer you and say, hey, yeah, I can see that. But hey, this is the reality, right? This is the reality that I'm experiencing. If you're not, that's okay, right? Be mindful of this. And when I'm talking about my background, I was in sales, marketing, and advertising for over 20 years. I have been a business consultant, and I still do business consulting outside of this brand and this channel. And some of my clients would come to me because they are, online entrepreneurs, and I'm helping them with their advertising. And they're listening to these gurus out here that post these inflated Shopify or Stand Store or, all these different images of their success, and buy my course and you'll get the same success, right? But then I look at it and I can tell it's been photoshopped. I can tell it's not real. And how I can typically tell is if the math is not mathing, right? When we're talking about like an online store, we're talking about e-commerce, just for example here. You can look at the number of visits versus the number of actual sales, the conversions, versus the money made. If it doesn't make sense, it's probably too good to be true. And what I mean by this is, a couple of years ago, I had a client in my business coaching that sent me a screenshot and said, hey, this guy told me if I do this and I do this, that I can get these numbers within 2 months. And it was making, I think, at the time, $300,000 in 2 months. Now, is that possible? Absolutely. However, this person showed a screenshot of $300,000, and the number of visits and number of orders didn't add up to $300,000. It would have made each order, I think it was, over $20,000, and this person said that they were selling mugs and t-shirts. You see how that doesn't make sense? So use your discernment, find out, if this person is making $300,000 in 2 months, great. What's their product? What's their service? And if they won't tell you, oh yeah, I sell mugs and t-shirts, or oh yeah, I sell website design, or oh yeah, I sell, I don't know, furniture, right? Then you can decide, does this math make sense? Okay? Use discernment when listening to success stories. Also, I've said this before, this is outside of the red flags. Don't compare yourself to success stories. Okay? So when coaches say, well, this person got the success, what's wrong with you? No, that's a red flag right there. That is part of the red flag. I'm sorry. I'm a little all over the place with this video, but just be mindful when it comes to success stories. And especially when it has business success, be mindful of the numbers that you see and make sure the math is mathing. Red flag number 7. They push their limiting beliefs onto you. There is a lot of content out there where they say, oh, this isn't possible. It's not possible to grow 2 inches. It's not possible to cure your cancer. It's not possible to heal a family member. It's not possible. I don't care what it is. Use discernment. I will never tell you anything is not possible. Everything is possible. Now, have I declined clients before because I didn't resonate with their desire? Yes. Typically, it's something malicious, right? and I say, I'm not the coach for you, here's your refund, good luck. But I have a right to do that. You also have a right to use your discernment and listen to who you resonate with. Listen to who is inspiring you and making you feel good. Right? What makes you feel good? That's the biggest thing. What makes you feel good? Use that discernment. Use that gut intuition. That's your gut intuition. Intuition is your inner knowing, right? And the inner knowing is key because knowing is what manifests. So be careful when they're pushing their limiting beliefs on you. It could be anything from, gosh, the planets have to be in this alignment for you to get your manifestation. It could be politics. It could be, oh, this person is in office now, so you can't, whatever it is. Don't listen to their limiting beliefs. Okay, another limiting belief could be you have to do affirmations this way or they're not going to work. Again, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about bashing different techniques and way that they're implemented, right? There is no wrong way to do affirmations. Do what feels right to you. If you like doing affirmations. I personally don't. I'll say affirmations here and there. I'll listen to my audio tracks here and there, but that's it. That's it, guys. So be careful when you're listening to other people because they could be projecting their limiting beliefs onto you. Red flag number 8. They turn manifestation into hustle culture or hard work. If you've ever heard someone say, you have to prove you're serious, you have to do 300 affirmations every morning, you have to write 100 times or it's not going to work for you. You have to persist, right? And when they're saying persisting, they're talking about hard work. They're talking about doing things and forcing. No. Persisting means being the identity that has that desire. Being the person that has that experience in that reality. You have to persist in that. You have to persist in being the person that has it. Whatever that helps you to be that. If it's doing affirmations, great. If it's scripting, great. If it's doing sad scenes, great. But when it turns into force or hard work is when your entire day is dedicated to it. No. You should be living as if you already have it. You should be living as if you were already that person. You do your affirmations really quickly, you go back to being the person that has it. So don't listen to the ones that say, if you don't do it this many times, you're not going to get it. Do it as many times as you need. It is all individual. So side note on that is they might blur the lines between inspired action and force. Inspired action, a lot of times you'll do it and not realize until after. So I'll give a quick example. When I manifested losing 65 pounds, the first 30 pounds I did in 3 months, I got on the scale and realized I was 30 pounds lighter. I wasn't forcing it. I wasn't paying attention to it for months. But what I realized is the inspired action was I was eating less. I was unintentionally fasting, right? I wouldn't eat the beginning of the day and I ate in the end of the day. I was eating less, right? I wasn't eating the things that I was eating before. I was choosing new foods. And this was all just intuitively. This was all inspired action. That is inspired action. Force would be forcing myself to eat a salad when I really want a steak, right? That's force. And sure, that can work. But have you ever seen somebody lose weight by forcing it? And then what happens when they've lost the weight? A lot of times they gain it back because they can't constantly stay in that force. Aligned action and inspired action is when you are being the person that is in that reality, you automatically do the things that get you there. That's the difference. Red flag number 9. This is going back to my sales experience. When I was in sales, I didn't do this because I didn't believe in it. It's using emotionally manipulative language. What I mean by that is they will say, you must not believe in yourself if you're not buying my coaching or you're not buying my course. You don't believe in yourself. If you believed in yourself, you wouldn't need to buy those things. You would just watch the free content like you're watching on my channel right now, right? The additional services are there to help you, yes. But do you need them? No. Right? They're there for you if you feel you resonate with that and if you can afford it. Okay? I have services because typically those that pay attention, right? Those that have bought my services have success, but I also have success from people that just watch me. I've posted that on my community tab, and I have more to post from people that just watch my videos. They have never bought a service from me. So if a coach is saying, if you don't buy this course, you're not going to be successful, don't listen to that. It's a sales tactic. It's a emotionally manipulative tactic that I just don't resonate with, especially the ones that are doing it with SPs and they're saying, if you don't do this, you're not going to get them. Don't listen. Okay? Don't listen to it. Also on emotionally manipulative language, be careful of the people that preach that, oh, you must be low vibrational. You must be low vibration. You must not be ready. Oh, you're not ready. You can't get it because you're not ready. Don't listen to it. You are never low vibrational. Okay? You are always at your core love, pure love. That is what you are. I need to do a video on this about my death experience a little bit more in detail. I do have a video on that. It's my Ego, Death, Dark Night of the Soul video where I talk about my death experience, but I know what we are because of that, right? And anybody that's had a death experience, they know what we are. And at your core, you are pure love. That's the highest vibration of all, if you want to go by vibrations, right? So don't listen to anyone that tells you you're not ready, you're low vibrational. That's, again, them pushing limiting beliefs onto you. And red flag number 10. Those that claim they are the only one that can help you. They are the only one that can help you get your manifestation. They discourage specifically trusting other coaches and trusting yourself. They say, oh, you can't trust your own self. You can only trust me. Be very mindful of that. I have seen that out there. I've experienced it. Don't listen to it. Inside of you, your inner knowing is the key. That is, quote unquote, the voice of God, right? Because it's your voice. Think about it. When you think in your mind, you hear yourself. Man was made in God's image. That's what that means. Because you are God. There is no separation. You are the God of your reality. No one outside of you is. Saying that only this person can help me get my manifestation is giving your power away. It's a bonus with this. So number 11, okay, 1. Number 11 is they say they can manifest for you. They don't manifest for you. It's your belief that they can manifest for you that does it. So if you pay them whatever their fee is to manifest for you, it's not them, it's you. It is not them. It is you. So give the power back to yourself. Tell me, what are some of the red flags that you've noticed when you watch other coaches? Even me, call me out. Do it. I want you to. Okay? I love it. I do not mind quote unquote negative comments. I know other coaches might. I don't care. Because, see, I know that everyone that watches me are my people anyway. So if they're calling me out, it's all in good faith, right? It's all to make me better. And that's how I look at it. It's not malicious, right? This is why I will answer the quote unquote negative comments. Sometimes sarcastically, because that's my personality. But it's all in good fun. It does not bother me, guys. And yeah, comment, let me know. What are some red flags that you've noticed when you've watched manifestation content? Call it out. Don't mention names. We're not here to bash any particular coaches, but I just want you to talk about, oh yeah, I noticed when this limiting belief showed up, or I noticed, this person using this type of language that I didn't resonate with. And don't say the person's name, okay? We don't need to bash particular people. That's not what my channel is about. I just want you guys to realize the power is within you. I'm here to empower you. Everybody that coaches with me knows my goal is that you don't need me anymore. And I know that sounds crazy. My goal is to be your last stop. Whether you buy a course from me, you buy a coaching call, you buy my texting service, it does not matter. Or you just watch my videos. That's fine too. You're just here to watch the free content. Great. I want to be your last stop. I want to make it click for you. And see, that's where you got to be wary, is some of these other coaches, especially pushing limiting beliefs on you and telling you to focus on the 3D. What are they really trying to do? They're trying to keep you coming back to them. They're trying to get you addicted to them. That's why they use this emotional, manipulative, psychological language, because they are psychologically trying to get you addicted to them. I know the tactics. I studied psychology as well. Just be careful. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, what have you experienced in this community? And what did you learn from it? I'd love to hear it. That's it, guys. That's the video. I hope it helped. I hope it helped you to start using discernment when you're watching content and when you're hiring a coach, whether that's me or someone else. Okay? And I know, I don't have to hope this one. I already know that no matter who watches my videos, day or night, you are about to have the best day or night of your life. And I truly already know that is the case for you. Take care.